Ahmad Shaheem. Definitely not Shadim Shuri. Not last week. Well, this week, I mean. What a nasty 2 days. So let's get right into it. A lot of the charts today is gonna look very similar. You're gonna see very similar patterns. And for the few people that watch this channel, if you watch this channel or subscribe to this channel, then you are a believer of technical analysis, TA, because you will see the same pattern showing up for many charts today. Many things behave very TA wise. First up, VIX. What a nasty candle. But look back at the last recession, right? Yeah, it's we have not had a candle. We have not got to the VIX at this level in a long time. Sure, there was a nasty flash crash back in August last year, but that was a flash crash. This, though, I think is something different. And if you look back at the previous time, yeah, I mean, it has happened. This is not the first time, not the second time, but during a recession, you have even worse. Yes, this is pandemic. By now, 10 years later, no, well, 5 years later, I mean, we can remove the anomaly, this, right? Because that's just not something that happened all the time. It's a one-time event. Meanwhile, a recession is not a one-time event. So, if recession is coming, for those that watch this channel long enough, I said it's not is coming, it is here. We are in a recession. I will say it as often as I can. I don't care what the data is fake and nonsense as it is. I don't care what the Fed, what the Bureau of Labor Statistics data is showing. We are in a recession. And so if that's the case, well, guess what? The VIX have a long way to go. A long way to go. Okay, so the down move is not done. It might be done short term, and I will show it in the chart. I think short term we could see a bounce on Monday. I would not be surprised at all if Monday will be a green day, but I don't think that many people bought the dip yesterday because we did not bounce. That's where I was mostly wrong yesterday. I was right to see the market. I predicted the market would have an ugly Thursday, and I predict the market will have an ugly Friday until after 2 o'clock. And then I thought for sure there will be a slight reversal. I did not expect a green candle on Friday, but I expected the last hour or so to be a lot better. But it turned deeper red the last hour or so. That's where I was wrong. And I did not step in to buy the dip. I did buy a little bit of silver, but that was it. Right, let's take a look at, first up, let's go back to the 1 year chart. Yeah, that was a pretty ugly candle. We haven't seen that kind of candle for a long time. All right, let's take a look at crypto. And crypto behave better than if there was one surprise this week, if there was one surprise this week, it is all about crypto for me. That's the only thing that I say, wow, I am surprised. Nothing else surprised me as far as getting taken down with the downdraft or held up better with a downdraft, but crypto surprised me for sure. I have been saying this for a while, that crypto is more a risk on, risk off asset, but for this week, it was not. The equity market may have had a 10% meltdown. Not crypto. I would have thought for sure we would see low mid 70s. I thought for sure my order to buy at 78 would have triggered for sure. Okay, between Thursday and Friday, I thought for sure that would happen, but no, it held up. So kudos to crypto. Shocking surprise for sure. So not complaining. But look, this white line, this channel is rising. The 200 moving average is rising along with it. So yeah, if you're looking to buy, 78-ish is the spot. Okay, 78-ish is the spot. That's why my order is. All right, crypto related stuff, MicroStrategy held up very well, surprisingly. But hey, if crypto hold up, MicroStrategy held up. I did not do anything here. I had ordered in to sell spread down here, 245, 240, yeah, something like that. It did not trigger because whatever early weakness we had Friday, it bounced too fast and it never came down. It never went red, so the order never triggered. But on weakness, I will try. Let's go right to TLT. Let's move on. Okay, TLT. The good news is TLT. Look at this crazy stuff. Okay, TLT have had 3 days in a row, and this is really an anomaly. You rarely see this where you have 3 up candle in a row, red. So basically, it opened strong and finished weak. That's what a red candle is. All right, it does not mean that it's an up day. It can be an up day, but a red candle up day. So 3 in a row. So not very convincingly. It would be different, but it's just interesting. It does not mean that, how should I say it? Just look. See, look, all this green candle up there here. Does that mean anything? No. Okay. But it's just worth pointing out that we have had 3 pretty up strong day, and it's all red candle. But hey, once again, you got a green candle 52-week low. That was a screaming buy, right? That was a screaming buy. And if anyone that was stepping in and buy at 85-ish, congratulations, you have got yourself almost a 10% return since January. What do I do with my large? I have a very large holding of TLT. Nothing. That's all I gotta say. Nothing. Let it ride. Okay. Would I trim anywhere? No, I'm not looking to trim nothing. My advice to, if anyone asks me what to do with TLT, and I say, if you have it, leave it be. Let it run. QQQ. Oh my, look. Came down to ref low. Okay. It's yeah. I thought for sure there was multiple spots where I thought it would bounce. See, ref low is right here. The next ref low is right there. So it basically came down to ref low. Ugly. I do. Where would I buy QQQ? At this point, I would buy at 52-week low. If it come down to like 410, 412 area, sure. This white line. What is this white line? What is that white line? Why is it white? Let's take a look. All right, that is where. Well, let me look. It's getting so busy. This chart is getting super busy. Let's go 10-year chart. Okay, so look, that's pandemic right there. Pandemic crash. Boom. Okay. And then see, this is where I'm annoyed at the media for saying, oh my God, President Trump is causing a market meltdown. Did everybody forgot this? Where was the outcry that President Biden is causing a recession? We are in a recession, okay? Since the pandemic, let me say this, since the pandemic, the economy is a complete wreck with inflations and problem. You can't trust any of the data. None of the data that we see when it comes to jobs and inflation and anything, it's just complete mess. So yeah, there have been worse times. Look at this nonsense, okay? Are we heading into something like this? Yeah. At the least, my answer is yes. But make no mistake, we get spoiled. People have terrible memories. The one thing that people have in the stock market is very short memory. Everyone forgot all of this. It has been worse. So that white line is right there. That white line is the high back in 2022 before the dump. Okay, so make no mistake, there have been worse time than the last week. Now, yes, I will concede that the steepness of the dive in a shorter time frame compared to this, right? So yes, that is true. There is no denying that what happened this week and a half is much worse than what happened back here. But ultimately, it is a lot worse. It has been a lot worse. There have been times just 3 years ago that was a lot worse. There was no outcry, no screaming, no blaming outside of Powell. This, you know why this happened? Can anyone remember why this nasty draft happened? Fed Powell went on a rapid increase of rate because of inflation. Yeah. That's what happened. That's the reason. SPY. Now, same thing, okay? Same thing. So let's go back to the 1 year chart. Came down. I thought for sure this gray zone would be the bottom. But no, it filled the gap. TA wise, it filled the gap. So yeah, if you looking to buy into SPY, here is a spot. But like QQQ, I decided let's wait until Monday. There might be an early flush on Monday. There could be, Monday could be one of those days where it opened with a big gap green and slide. All right. So I'm prepared for both. If we can have a big green up and then slide, or we can have a big red down and then reverse green. All right. So yeah, but for me, just like QQQ, if I was to, at this point, if I was to throw money into equity, instead of like trying to cherry pick stocks, it's easier to buy the QQQ or the SPY, to be honest. Okay, that's my take. All right, so yeah, fill the gap. IWM nasty, fresh 52-week low, but a stronger reversal than the rest. Would I buy IWM? All I gotta say is I'm glad I didn't here. I'm glad I didn't. I thought about it. Trust me, I thought about twice, and then I said, forget it. It's gonna get crushed, and it's would I buy IWM at 3-year low? Yeah, let it come down into this area right here. Okay, to me, if I was to buy IWM, if anybody care to buy WM, this is your spot right here. Let me draw it in. There's a zone. There you go, because it hit the low here 1, 2, 3 times. All right, in the previous 3 years, it's been here 3 times. So can it come down there? Yeah, absolutely. Dia, the strongest one of all. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Rev low. Okay, come down. Might as well. 52-week low. Might as well. Yeah, I thought for sure. Like a broken record. I thought for sure when it come down to rev low, it might bounce by the end of the day, but no, it got here and it keep on going. Wow, that surprised me. The last hour of the day, that surprised me. Okay, let's go max 7. Oof, ugly. So Tesla held up better than most. Still not good, but 2 weeks low. Okay, it's the low of the last 2 weeks. Can it get all the way down to 210? Yeah, if you buy of Tesla for whatever reason, down there. Why risk buying higher? Right? Nvidia completely fell apart. Okay, and yeah, it's ugly. If you want to buy, getting close, 90. If that doesn't hold, if this doesn't hold, then 52-week low is likely. Yeah. Google. Yeah, 52-week low. See, it's there. It came down. It is here. If you want to buy, this is it. All right, this is it. Let's forget this white line up here. This white line means nothing now. Okay, remove it. Is this purple? What does this purple mean? Let's make this white so that I can see what it is. Is this the spot that it must hold? Let's go back 3 years. What's going on here? Yeah, give or take. Okay, it was a support here, support. If this break, there's a gap fill. Oh, look, there's a gap fill where 143.59, so almost there. 143.59. I'm gonna put an alert. 143.59. Create an alert. 143.59. There you go. Alert is in. All right. So if that go off, gap fill. Might be a spot to nibble. Add. Buy. Meta. Ref low. Okay. Everything behave very TA wise. If this doesn't hold, if the fib doesn't hold, then you're gonna see 450, the next ref low. Okay, it's level by level. There is nothing else to say. Apple, ref low. Okay, come down to this right here, ref low. Next up, they will test the low of the gap up. If this does not hold, then you're gonna see 180-ish. And then I have an alert set up here to let me know that it's near the gap fill. Yeah. There's nothing to be bullish about any of these. None. Nothing. Zip. Nada. Amazon. A green candle. Shockingly. Came down beyond ref low. Closed at ref low. Okay, it closed. It come down and it closed right at the ref low. A little bit overshoot, but still, 52-week low is well within the direction. No rush to do anything here. Which one did I not? Netflix. The strongest of all. The strongest of all, the Max 7 came down, ref low. Right here, right? What next? 200 MA. Yeah. Netflix has definitely been the strongest of them all. But I think be careful. Shoulder, head, shoulder. Okay? Be careful. If this does not hold, if this spot right here does not hold, I think we fill the gap. Yeah. I think it's going to go right to the 200. It might have some support, but the ultimate destination is, yes, it can fill the gap. Yeah. That's a 30% retracement, but yeah. Yeah, it can happen. It can happen, and that would be a nice buy spot if you have patience. So for me, would I buy a little bit here at the 200? Maybe. Okay. Would I buy at the gap fill? Yeah. Other tech, IBM. Ooh, fill the gap. I thought for sure there was going to be some support, but it filled the gap, got down to the fib. Yeah, it's ugly. It's ugly. All right. It's would I buy IBM at the 200? Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it has not seen the 200 since 10 months ago. It's been a long time, but it's coming. Come to daddy. Now that it filled the gap, yeah. Can it bounce around here? It's possible, but if I was to sell the put spread game, I would be using, probably, to me, it would be safe to do, say, 215, 210. put spread down here using the 200 and reflow, and the fib is a protector, right? Adobe, oof. Yeah. Yeah. It's, I didn't like Adobe for a while. I'm on record to say no, not touching it, not wanting it, no. It channel low here. If this does not hold, then next level is 325-ish. Yeah, so it's getting close. It's getting close. Let's look at the 3-year chart. Yeah, down there. Okay, can we see 3-year low? Yeah. Short term on Monday, Tuesday, or next week. Short term, can I see a little bounce, a little relief? Yes, but beyond 1 week, in 3 months, I do believe it's lower for just about everything. Okay, if a recession is here, as I have been saying for a long time, the economic data, earning. Oh, I forgot to talk about that. Starting Monday, earning season will kick off. And if there's anything that can send this market lower as far as the next leg down, is a slew of very bad earning guidance starting next week. This is why I am not buying anything yesterday. I was not buying anything yesterday, and I was sitting on my hand, take the lump and a loss on 16 out of 20 put spread was losers. I start the day with 8 out of 20 was loser, but by the end of the day, 16 out of 20 when things turn south. The last hour, crazy, but not crazy. When the market's down 5%, it's not crazy. But yeah, it's next week will be crazy. All right, so be careful, be very careful. Something I have not looked at for a while, Cisco. I said it for a long time. Cisco didn't make any sense up here. Nothing makes sense for me. Now, Cisco was a buy here, right? Even here, I thought Cisco was worth a buy. And then after that, it's like, actually here was a sell. It was a buy down here. It was a trim, a sell up here. And then ever since then, I'm like, what's going on here? It's Cisco. Well, whatever nonsense in Cisco, boom, done. 200, don't matter. But it came down to reflow. See, there you go, reflow's right here. Many things behave, it filled the gap, all that stuff. It comes right down to that spot. Now, would I buy Cisco? Where? Down here. Okay, I'm not gonna touch Cisco until I see 50 and B and lower. But if you had it and didn't trim, I'm not sure what to tell you. CRM, wow, yeah, reflow. Next up, gray zone. Yeah, it's like I said, all the chart look the same. Okay, there's no need to buy anything, no need to jump in anything. Big Pharma. Ooh. Yeah. Takedown. What would I do? Wow, I have nothing. I have nothing here. I have plenty of Big Pharma, but nothing in FV. But yeah, that was nasty. Gap fill, yeah. Would I buy FV at the gap fill? The answer is yes. Other than that, The next possible spot to buy is, of course, the gap up low, right? Yeah. Not much to say. Not much to say there with FV. Probably one of the strongest one of the bunch, right? Eli Lilly completely fell apart. Come down to Revlo. This uptrend. What is this? What is this? I'm gonna take this out. I don't care about this. Okay, remove, 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 remove. I'm removing everything here. But this yellow line here, I want to make it white so I can see what is it. Is it important? Is this key? Is this major? What is it? Yeah, I guess. To me, yeah, it's. I wouldn't put too much stock on it. Okay. I see ref low. I see 52-week low is in the card. Okay. I see 726-ish is very possible, and then 52-week low. Is it a buy at 52-week low? Maybe. Another strong pharma that I have not talked about in a long time is J&J. Yeah, that's crazy looking. That's a crazy looking. Came down to Reflow. Look at this crazy thing. Big down. Yeah, this is a very unhealthy market. Okay, very unhealthy. I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't touch it here. Okay. So far, you have heard me talk about 52-week low across the board. Yeah. If you want to buy something, especially on this crazy time, 52-week low. I do have. Yeah, it's not looking healthy. It came down to ref low, the fib, fill the gap, all kind of stuff. Okay, so this is it. Oceanex. I mean, I have a small position. It was looking good. I bought it here, right? I bought it here, trimmed some here, bought back a little bit here, but now we're looking to be in trouble. Luckily, it's a small position, so not looking good. I got out of Alnulum, and thankfully, I said, no, let it melt. Now, would I buy it down here at 230? The answer is maybe. Okay. Would I buy down here at the channel low? The answer is yes. This is a maybe. This is a yes. Because the channel low is lining up with the gap up low, right here. So yeah, it's for Alnulum. That's the spot. No rush, okay? No rush. But that would be nice. That would be nice. Vertex, which I'm out completely, thankfully. Would I buy? No. Would I buy? Where would I buy? Down here, gap fill, 444. Okay, in fact, I'm gonna take out this alert here. Make it 444. There you go. If that alert go off, then I will return. I believe that was the spot that I start to trim Vertex. Okay, I bought Vertex. I bought Vertex. My first buy of Vertex was somewhere here, when I thought that was a silly sell-off. And then when they did this big dump, yeah. And then I start to trim right there at the gap fill, and then I trim, and then all out. So I will return down there and then be low. Other than that, it's not. All the other big pharma look pretty ugly. No need to look at them. There's no reason to be bullish in big pharma. None. Not under the current pressure with JFK Jr. Okay, there is no reason to be bullish there. Banks. Oh, the one I want was Visa. I thought about buying Visa all day, and I'm just like, gap fill, come on down. So I do have an order, gap fill, and then right here, that's the one I want. Right, I did sell put spread that expired worthless, but would I nibble at gap fill? Yes. Would I buy a whole lot at 300 ish? Yes. Would I buy a whole lot more at the gap fill below at 295? Yes. Okay, so for me, it's starting to look good. I have not liked any of this, but yeah, I'm liking it here. Okay, I'm liking it. Not liking it enough to buy it yesterday, but it's getting close. Getting close. AXP. Ooh. Oh. Yeah, it's would I buy AXP? You know what do? You know what the saying is? 52-week low. 52-week low is lining up with this uptrend. What is this one? What is this line? How significant is it? Let's go back 3 years. Not too. AXP have had an amazing run. Amazing. Okay? Nothing short of amazing. When you have 2.5, 2x in the last, prior to the shortfall, it was amazing. But yeah, right now, I say, would I buy if I see 221? Maybe, but that's not a bad spot to nibble. But if you know wait, if you're patient to wait down to 220, 221 ish, might as well wait to 214. 52-week low. Goldman Sachs, I have a small amount. Nasty. Came down to ref low. Okay, come down to ref low. I have an alert right here to let me know that it's near the next ref low, which I think could be a buy spot. But yeah, it's nothing is worth jumping into. Okay, nothing. KRE, assign. I have a put that I said assign, and this is the one. Yes, KRE. I saw a 50-48 spread, and I'm letting it assign. It was, I thought for sure the gap. I sold that because of the gap right here. I figured the gap would be the spot, but it gapped below the gap. Right? It gapped below the gap, and it closed under the gap. So there is now a double gap, right? Would I add? So I bought it. Okay, I will have 100 shares. I'm fine with that, but I will have a stop. I will put a stop on it at the low of day. So yes, I don't mind owning it 100, but if it dropped below 47.14, then I'm out, and then I will buy it back at the 52-week low, 45-ish, right? So that's a game plan, is to save myself $2 and buy it down there. Nasty. JPM, yeah, gap below the gap. I'm not touching any banks. Okay, when it comes down to financial, I wouldn't mind. Visa is on top of my list, but as far as investment banker, Morgan Stanley, Goldman Sachs, but as far as regular bank like Banks of America, JP Morgan, no. Why? Okay, first up, Visa make money on swiping for the most part, right? They don't hold the debt. I will repeat this as often as I need to because a lot of people don't understand how Visa and MasterCard works. They make money from swiping. They don't make money from people holding the debt on the credit card. So they don't have that risk. AXP has that risk. JPM, Bank of America, those are the financial institutions that hold the debt, right? Like my Amazon credit card, my Visa Amazon credit card that I use very often, every week, sometimes daily, that when I swipe the card, when I swipe the Amazon Visa card, Visa get the money for the swipe. Chase get the debt, which, of course I pay off the monthly bill, but for other people that hold balance is Chase that hold that debt. So look at your card, pull out your card that you have in your wallet. What did it say? Like Bank of America, Chase. So yeah, I'm not a fan, okay? Because default is gonna come in waves. They're gonna have all kind of write-off. Every recession, the banks go down hard first until the bailout happen, until the rate cut happen. But a lot of pressure coming for them. Lots of pressure coming for them. Okay, so Morgan Stanley, down there, low 90s. Okay, so no rush. Bank of America, yeah, 52-week low. We got there. And a bounce. But still, yeah. It's over, man. As in, I'm quoting the movie Alien, Bill Paxton line. Game over, man. So sad. Capital One, yeah, game over. Okay, it's lower. It's gonna go 52-week low. Yeah, this is for those that was paying attention. Visa, MasterCard, swiping fee, Capital One. They bought Discover. Are debt holders. Okay, so watch out. They are even riskier than AXP because of the lower tier clientele that use the card. Capital One, AXP have a slightly better tier of customers, but over the past year or 2 or 3, AXP has wooed in a lot of Gen Z. Well, Gen Y, and Z as well. They have wooed in the younger crowd, especially the well-to-do influencers. But no, be careful, okay? Be careful of debt holders. All right, let's go on to a little retracement, but I like it here. Would I buy? No need to. I have not sell anything. I've been saying that for a long time. I'm not selling. I bought here. The last time I bought gold was on this move down here. So if gold come down to the 50 MA, I'm buying. GDX, nasty day, nasty. Now, would I buy GDX? The last time I bought GDX was down here. I would look on weakness. On weakness, I would look to sell put spread. I was writing cover calls for the past month up here. Would I add to it? What I would do is raise my stop. All right. Depending on what happened Monday, I was raise my stop. My stop was way down here, right? It was down way down here, which was my fault. I should have. It's hard to find a spot to raise it when it's like this, but that stop has been around for the past month, okay? But I probably will raise it to low of day on at least half my position. So if it does not find support at the 50 MA and break the low of day Friday, then I will get stop out on at least half of my position, and I buy it back down here at ref low. Next ref low is lining up nicely with the 200. Yeah, I will buy. So for now, that's my plan. My plan is not to add anything right now. If this does not hold and fall apart, stop will kick in, and I will re-buy those shares down here at the 200. Okay. Here's the one thing that I did buy. Silver. Nasty. I start to buy silver here. Right? For those that pay attention, since December, I have been saying silver is the spot to add. And I add a little bit here, I add a little bit here, I add a whole lot yesterday, below 28. I will keep adding. No if or buts about it. To me, now, my silver position is still substantially smaller than gold, because ultimately gold is a better asset into a recession, all right? And throughout a recession, gold is a safer spot. Silver is less. Why? Silver is lesser compared to gold, ultimately because silver has more usage in industrial. So more silver are used in the economy, in actual use in the economy compared to gold. Gold is more of like a buy and hold safety asset. Sure, there are some gold used in production, like chips and jewelry. Same thing with silver. Silver are used in some of those things, but silver are used more. The utilization of silver is more embedded in the economy as far as manufacturing. So if we have a recession and there is a slowdown in consumption of nonsense of material, then the usage and demand for silver will also come down. But that being said, it's still a good asset, and right now I like silver down here. I have been adding, but it's still a lot smaller than my gold position, a lot smaller. Okay, so I don't mind adding more, but how much more would I add? Can I double up my silver position at this price? The answer is yes. Okay, the answer is yes. Even if I double up my position in silver, it's still nowhere near half of what my gold position is, right? So that's just to give you a context of how small silver is in my portfolio. All right, let's end this on energy. USO. Oh, USO. What was this nonsense? Why was anyone buying USO up here? For those that have been with me for 2 years plus here, remember what I said many times? Into a recession, through a recession, we are gonna see 60 and below. I've been saying that for many years now, 2 or 3 years. Okay, there's no such thing as strong oil in a recession. This is nonsense. This is nonsense. Especially This is nonsense. Okay, so yeah, there's a little bounce, but ultimately lower we go. Okay, look, even without a recession, we were in the 50s. Okay, so yeah, there is no reason to be bullish. I welcome a bounce to short. It's that simple. I welcome a bounce into the gap fill to short into the low 70s. Yeah, this is nonsense. Okay, I shorted USO by using SCO. So let's see what SCO did. If you had it, congratulations. But yeah, that was time to go, right? So I welcome a chance to do another bear spread on SCO should I see high teens. Okay, high teens. I'll be back. My winning best trade for the week, of course, is CVX. Wow, but not wow. Okay, wow, but not wow. Why? That's pure nonsense. Okay, come on. I said it for 2 weeks. For the past 2 weeks, I said, what is this? What is this? What right mind individuals think that you gotta load up on CVX, Chevron, gotta load up? No, I bought 2. I put on 2 bear spread play. Out. Close it. Closing time. I didn't have a choice. My spread was 165, 155. And then the next spread was 167.5, 157.5. There is nothing to gain. Sure. Can I gain another? I could have doubled up my winning if I held it. Okay. If CVX stay down here 3 more weeks from now, it could, then my gain would have been more because of the decay in both puts, right? But given that it's way below the lower puts, and all I have left now is sitting around for 3 weeks or longer. One of the spread is 4 weeks out. That's a long time to sit on a spread and wait for the decay to double up. And I say, I might as well just close it because there could be a bounce. If there's a bounce, then I will short again. Okay, if there's a bounce back into the low 160, yeah, I will do a spread 160, 140 something. Okay, I don't need to wait until 165. The next bear spread could be tighter down here. Lower we go. Oxy, nah, no reason to. ExxonMobil, nonsense. This is nonsense. Yeah, near 52-week low. It's nothing to be bullish about energy. LNG, yeah, it's over. Game over, man. Game over. CTRA, yeah, it's over. It's nothing. It's nothing. It's nothing to be bullish about. Okay. So that's it. A very negative stream as far as my sentiment on the market, but it is what it is. If you're bullish, I'm not. But if anyone that watches this video and feel that, oh my God, this is a buying opportunity of a lifetime, please don't. This is not a buying opportunities of any lifetime. The only lifetime that is a buying opportunity is stupid people. Okay. We are at the start of a potential decline that can easily, let me say this clearly, we can easily double down on the way down. If you think 20% down on the QQQ is bad, we can go 40%. Yes, you hear it here, okay? Did you know that? Just go back to the last recession. I don't need to show it to you. You have data. If you're watching this, you have access to data. The SPY, the QQQ went down a lot more than 20% in the last recession. So it's not a buying opportunity of any lifetime. If you believe that we are heading into a recession, I believe that we are already in a recession. So I was wrong. I was wrong for the past year and a half, if not longer, because I was piling into TLT, thinking that we are going into a recession last year. I thought for sure we're in a recession last year. So I have been wrong, but TLT is for sure helping me out this past week. For now. All right, enough of this. Good luck, people. Be careful.